Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is able to hear me and everyone is able to see my screen. If possible, can someone please confirm if you're able to hear me clearly and able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yesterday what we discussed is typically we discussed about JSON. What is a JSON means? JavaScript object here. Generally, JSON is mainly useful for heterogeneous communication. JSON object is mainly useful for heterogeneous communication. When two programming languages want to communicate with each other, where we are going to use a JSON object over here. So, generally, in Angular, we no need to write a code for converting our TypeScript data into JSON, as well as we no need to write a code JSON. We no need to write a code in converting the data to JSON, marshalling as well as unmarshalling. That will be typically taken care by Angular here. Just like what we write the code is, we write a visiting component and we added two customers over here, and in the HTML we wrote a for loop and switch case and if condition. These are the things we wrote in yesterday class. Okay. Before I proceed further today, as of now, any questions from anyone so far? Anyone, any question, guys, so far? Right here. Okay. Now I'm going to execute the code over here, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Right. So I'm running the code over here, which is ng serve and when I run the code over here, localhost 4200, customer name, designation, salary, department, address. Maybe I need to keep further 2 breaks over here. Right here. Customer name, salary, and this address, and this is a phone number. So we were able to display the data in the form of a JSON object here. Right? Today, what I want to do is I want to take a new topic here. Component communication type. I'm going to discuss for today about component communication here. So, sir, I have two components. I want to communicate between two components guys here. Okay? Component communication is called as component communication is typically two components want to communicate with each other. That is called as a component communication. So, when two components want to communicate with each other. Angular provides the following keywords to achieve this. 1. At the rate of input, at the rate of output, at the rate of view child, at the rate of view children. So these are the typically 4 keywords are available whenever we want to communicate. 2 components want to communicate with each other. By default, it is going to provide input, output, view child, and view children. These are the 4 things are available here. Okay? Sir, why we need to 2 components will communicate with each other, guys? What is the purpose here? Why we need to communicate 2 components, guys? Sir, everyone is able to hear my voice clearly, right, guys? Sir, is everyone is able to hear my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So I observed that people are joining very late, sir. Though I told lot of times, only 35 to 36 people are there in the class and 14 people are joining late. I told n number of times. It's up to you. If you join late, you are going to miss. Okay? And I'm not going to repeat the things. Sir, I joined late because of network issue, because of traffic issue or something like that. You need to make sure that 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. is dedicated to this particular class. Okay? Right. Now, why we need to communicate means, I cannot write everything in one component, right? Entire code in one component, right? For example, when you take e-commerce platform, product component, products will be displayed. Cart component, cart will be displayed. Payment component, payment will be displayed. Discount component, discount details will be displayed. Shipment component, shipment will be displayed. Once payment is done, it should update to shipment. Once shipment is done, it should update to inventory. So we have a linkage, we have a communication. So component to component communication is going to possible via input, output, view child, and view children. It is the 4 flavors are possible. Okay? Out of which first one is at the rate of input. First one is nothing but at the rate of input. If you want to send any type of data, string, integer, JSON, array, from one component to other component, we can use at the rate of input. Sir, if you want to send any type of data, string data, integer data, a JSON data, or array, from one component to other component, we can use at the rate of input. Assuming that, sir, in our situation, we have two components, right, guys? In our case, we have two components, yes or no, guys? Visiting card component. What is the other component? First component, root component, right? We have two components, right, guys, sir? One is called as visiting card component. Another one is called as a first component. How to write here? For example, inside first component, okay, what are the code I am writing here inside first component? What code I wrote till now? App visiting card, right? App visiting card. App visiting card. This is the code I wrote, right, guys? As of now, isn't it? Now, inside visiting card component, what is the new code I need to write? Typically, at the rate of input of input variable name. At the rate of input variable name. This input variable name contains a string or an integer or a JSON or whatever it may be, which is a local variable, which is of type any, is equal to this. Okay. After that, ng on init. I'll explain this. We can use this, guys. We can use local var here. So input at the rate of input variable name, local variable of type any. It can be string or it can be integer, it can be JSON, it can be array. Inside ng on it, we can use that. Now, how to send input variable name here? From here, we are going to send here. From here. While bootstrapping the component, okay? While bootstrapping the component, app visiting card. I'm bootstrapping right here, where input variable name is equal to Vijay Kumar. App visiting where input variable name data so this should match this should match with this. Right, guys? This should match with this. Where input variable name coming from first component that Vijay Kumar is going to take in the visiting card component. First component is declared with a variable called as the input variable name. That value is Vijay Kumar. That value is sent to visiting card component to a local variable. But I'll explain code clearly. This is a high level on a theory point of view. This is called as the input. Okay? Let me repeat, guys, here, whatever is so far here. When two components want to communicate with each other, Angular is providing 4 flavors: input, output, view child, view children. At the rate of input is if you want to send any type of data, string, integer, JSON, array from one component to other component, we can use at the rate of input here, where I'm going to have visiting card component as well as first component. So this is what I'm going to write a code here. Okay? Any question, guys, on understanding this? As of now, sir, please don't ask questions on implementation. I'll show now. I'm going to write a code. I'll explain now. Just I wrote a code for your reference. Once you know the code, just for seeing this code, you can understand, right? So that is the point over here. Any question, guys, on this as of now?
Sir, it is something like communication between 2 microservices in Spring Boot. It is something like that.
Right. Something like communication between 2 microservices, right? Yes.
Yes.
Something like REST template,
Yeah, REST template.
event driven,
From
Kafka,
one-
RabbitMQ, something like that. Here,
Yeah,
but
okay.
we cannot have that much, that level of abstraction here. Here, 2 small components, right?
Yes, yes.
2 JSPs, 2 HTMLs, like that. But we can have similar, but in microservices, there's a different story. This is a front end, different story, right?
Yes, yes.
You can
different
think of like that, but abstraction is somewhat little bit different.
Little bit.
Okay,
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
but it's a good point. Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Sir, can we
Now-
do the import also, sir? Import instead of inputs?
Sir, import is getting the complete code. Import
Right.
is what? Complete code it will come. We can reuse the code, sir. I am not importing the code over here. I am just using the data. Whatever the data I declared there, I am using. Import is what? I wrote some code. I'm importing. I can execute that code. That is the meaning of import here. Okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to write a code here. First thing is typically, okay, what piece of code I'm going to write is,
Sir, can you write in a separate file, sir? That way, the concepts will be separate, sir.
which separate file, sir?
Instead of using the same existing HTML, JS files.
Sorry, instead of?
Saying the create the another component and do the
Right.
write the code in the
Right.
Sir, I need to add a 1 line of code. Only 1 line of code. Where I need to add actually? I only need to add a code. 1 line of code I need to add. Again,
Yeah, I
do I need to
understand,
create
sir.
visiting
But
card
if
component?
we do separately, it will be clear, sir. Otherwise, all the concepts are getting mixed up, sir. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Sir, I need to write only 1 line of code. Only 1 line of code I need to write. If you think like that, you cannot survive in IT world. First of all, the more and more knowledge you will get only if you have confidence. Okay? I need to write 1 line of code. For that, again, I need to, now I create 1 more component, sir. Again, the same component I will write, right? Okay.
Right, sir. Once
One
we
second,
get a
1 second, 1
confidence, we can
second.
understand, sir, because we are in the beginning mode, right, sir? That's why if we can create as a separate, it will be less confusion, sir. Otherwise, if we put everything in one file, it will be very confusing end of the day, sir. It's my opinion, sir.
First point, Okay. First point is, yesterday I shared the code. It is available with the code. Visiting card component, it is available with you, right? The
No,
code
I'm
is
not
available,
talking
right?
about not yesterday code, sir. Today code, if we can put it in a separate file, it will be clear to my mind, sir. I don't know about other guys, but for me, if you put everything in one file, it will be very confusing to understand those concepts if I refer after 1 year or 6 months.
You're not understanding the point, sir. Okay. You're not at all understanding the point here. Okay. Here, I need to teach at the rate of input on this particular file. Okay. I need to teach on this particular visiting card component on this file only. I need to teach here. Now I want to tell, I wrote a code, visiting card component, first component. I need to have visiting card, I need to have first component, right? To explain this code, I need to have visiting card, I need to have first component. Both the components I should have, right? Now, I need to copy visiting card component to visiting card new. First component new. What is it I will get actually? What
We
is
will
I am
get
going
more.
to get actually?
You don't get anything, sir. We get more understanding, sir. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, sir. I don't know what is that actually. I'm not able to understand here. Typically it's a waste of time. Okay. As long as I clearly have a yesterday's file and today's file, and you can easily differentiate. Okay. Still, if you feel that, maybe it's a completely waste of time. Apart from that, nothing, sir.
So how
I
do you
already wrote
differentiate
30
yesterday?
lines of code. I already
no,
wrote
sir.
30 lines of code, and I'm adding one line of code.
No,
So
sir. It's
write
not
one line
about.
of code. I need to add 30 lines of code. It's not
Sir,
correct.
sir, it's not about one line of code or one word of code, sir. What I'm saying is it is very difficult to differentiate between yesterday code and today code, sir. That is only my concern. If you think this is the best way, you can move forward, sir. No issues.
I'm not sure. I don't know how to convince you. I don't know how to tell you. Okay. For example, I already wrote 30 lines of code. You're not at all getting the point here. Okay. Please, listen to me. Okay. If the confusion is only with you, I don't know what the problem. I wrote 30 lines of code yesterday. I am writing only one line of code today. Only one line of code.
Sir, it's not
Do I need
about
to write
one
again
line,
30 lines of code?
sir. My question is not about one line, one word, sir. I'm saying if it is new concept, I request you to put a new file, sir. If that is okay with you. If it is not okay with you, you can put all the lines in one file. I don't mind, sir.
I don't know. Your way is completely different, sir. Okay. Right now, please see the code. If you still get confusing, I'll explain. Okay. Kindly.
Okay,
Right.
sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Right. Yeah, Pallavi, thank you. You saw that you are wasting the time. That's what I'm getting a comment. Okay. Right, sir. So far. Now, what I'm going to do here, inside first component dot ts. Okay. Inside first component dot ts, what I am going to do is here, this is the code I wrote right yesterday. Now, what I am going to add here while bootstrapping this code, okay, this is what I told right yesterday. We wrote this code right. Now, what I am going to add here, just like I am going to add this particular variable name here, okay, which is I am going to write name is equal to, I am writing here Vijay Kumar. So what I am doing here, while adding the visiting card component, I am sending my input here. Okay. While adding the visiting card component, I am sending my name here. That is my input. What kind of input it is? A string input, sir. Is it correct? It is string input. It is a string input. That's what I told, right? If you want to send any type of data, string date, integer, JSON, or array, from one component to other component. That's what I mentioned, right? Now, first component, I'm sending the data here to the visiting card component. This is the first change I need to do here. After that, in visiting card component, Okay, where I need to add at the rate of input, which is part of Angular core, sir. Which is part of Angular core at the rate of input, which is typically part of Angular core. What name it is going to, sir? What name I declared here, sir? Name.
Name.
Name is the variable. Whatever I wrote here, name. You see here, guys, what variable name I created, the same variable name I should use here. It is mandatory, sir. This is mandatory. Lot of people will do mistakes here. Okay? Whatever the variable name you take here, sir, this variable name can send a string, can send an integer, can send a JSON object, can send an array. It can be anything, sir. As of now, I'm sending a string. Whatever the name I use here, the same name I should here. Okay? Then username. This is local variable inside this, which is of type string, is equal to this. What is going to happen here? I'm telling Angular, hey Angular, please load visiting card component. Hey Angular, please load visiting card component. My input is name. I'm sending an input. The variable name is name. The value is Vijay Kumar. Now, visiting card component is expecting that, hey, someone should send me a name. Oh, they sent a name. Is it matching? Then that value, Vijay Kumar, is sent to username, where username I can use here. I can use here. Okay? For example, in the customer name, I wrote right, sir, here. Customer name is equal to this dot username. This dot username here. So what I did here, sir, just like I commented Sandhya Rani. Okay, maybe I wrote here, right? Sorry. This is what I did. Okay? Sir, let me repeat what I did, sir. Let me repeat what I did so far. App visiting card. And where I'm telling sending a string variable, I'm sending. And here I'm getting the value with the same variable name to this particular username, which is of type string. Okay? And it is going to get here. So, but Angular has a life cycle, guys, here. Where I wrote this code, guys? Inside constructor, I wrote this code, right, sir? Yes or no? Inside constructor, I am using the variable name here. Inside constructor, I am using the variable name here. Okay? It will not work, guys. You saw customer name, Vijay Kumar didn't came, right? So you saw Vijay Kumar came here? No, right, sir? This is any input variable, any input data cannot be carried to the next component in constructor. What is a constructor? What is the meaning of a constructor? When a class is created without creating an object, constructor will be called, right, sir? Employee EMP is equal to new employee. Then constructor automatically executed, sir. Even though object is loaded or not loaded, that a constructor is called actually. So before this username is taken care by the framework, this class is loaded by the Angular. Angular is loading visiting card component, then this constructor will be executed. That time this dot username might not be populated. For that, there is a one more event called as ng on init. Okay? ng on init. What I need to write here is whatever the code I wrote here inside constructor, I will write in ng on init. There is no difference, guys. Whatever the code I write in constructor, I am going to write ng on it here. Now you got my name back, right? For example, I'm changing over here, guys. Instead of Vijay Kumar, Praveen Kumar. Okay? I'm writing Praveen Kumar here. Where I'm changing, sir? Where the data I'm changing, sir? First component I'm changing, sir. Where it is impacted, sir? Visiting component is impacted, right? I send the data in first component, but it is automatically impacted in visiting card component. Did I write any code here? No. In regular front end, we need to write a lot of code to this, but that code was taken care by Angular. That code was taken care by Angular. Okay. So what is the change over here, guys? By default, constructor will be called only once when the page is loading. Class is loading. Constructor will be called only once. But after that, ng on it will be called on every change. When the page is ng on it means page is initialized. Page is created. Created is different. Initialization is different. Creation is different. Initialization is different. So constructor versus ng on it. This is an important interview question, guys. This is an important interview question. What is the difference between constructor and ng on it? Very, very powerful interview question. Don't go to bookish definitions. Don't go to complex definitions. Okay? Just to tell in interview that whatever the experience you got while you write the code, you use simple English keywords. If I am the interviewer, hey, can you tell me what is the difference between constructor ng on it? Even you tell in some words, I have component 1, I have a variable, I want to send to component 2. Okay, I will use @ input keyword. I will transfer the data with @ input from component 1 to component 2. But I can refer the variable only in the component 2 if I write the code in ng on it. But if I write the code in constructor, it will not work. Why? Because constructor will be called when the page is getting created. ng on it will be called when the page is initialized. This is what I know. That is more than sufficient. Understand right so far? Can I repeat once again? Constructor versus NG on it. Let me repeat, sir.
Yes, sir.
Constructor will be called only when the page is getting created. NG on it will be called when the page is initialized. What is initialized? Taking the data from different components. That is initialization. That is NG on it. So constructor where will use then? Only static data. If you want to add static data, constructor. Any dynamic data, NG on it. So that is the meaning of constructor versus NG on init. Make sense, everyone? Right. Now, so far any questions, sir? So far any questions here? Right. Now, what I am going to do is typically, sir, I hard coded the data here, sir. Somehow I'm hard coding, right, sir? Instead of hard coding, can I declare that? Can I declare that, guys? Instead of hard coding, can I declare that? Where I need to declare? Inside first component, can I declare that? Yes, I can declare that. Where in the first component dot ts, in the first component dot ts, I am declaring a username. Oh, it's already there, right? Input name, which is of type string, is equal to Praveen Kumar. I am declaring a variable called as input name. Okay. I want to use this variable, guys, here. I want to use this variable over here. Then you need to write. Okay. Maybe for this reference purpose, I'll keep as it is here. This is one way. Okay. Now this is what I need to write here. I need to write a square bracket over here, where I need to declare input name. Where input name is where? I am using input name. Okay. This name belongs to this. Input name belongs to this. You see here, guys? First component will have input name. Visiting component will have name. Now you see here. You're able to see Praveen Kumar. Now if I go to first component.ts, I'm changing Nilesh Kumar. You're able to see that? So this is a typical definition of this. If you want to add a hard-coded data, that's fine. But if you want to declare a dynamic variable, this is a syntax where you are going to use a dynamic variable. Any confusion here, guys, so far? As of now, any confusion here? Right. Now, as of now, we sent what, sir? String, right, sir? Can I send JSON? I'm going to send a JSON. Then I will give a homework for you. I will give a assignment for you. Can I give assignment? Yes or no, guys? I want to know, right? Who are following me clearly? I want to know, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will explain with one JSON. You need to add array of JSON. I'll tell you how to send a JSON. you need to write a code array of JSON. Okay? Understand, right, sir? So what I am going to do is I am going to declare a code over here, which is I will create user.ts. Something like I'm creating a JSON object. I need to write it. Export class user. In our programming language, public. Here, export. That's it. Username, which is of type string, is equal to this. What are other fields here? Title, which is of type string, is equal to this. Username, title, salary. What are the structure? I need to pass JSON, right? Department. Right. Next. Address, which is string array, right, guys? It's not a string. It's a string array. Am I right? Next, phones. This is phones. This is my user class. User class will be having user.json here. User class will be having user.json here. Right? Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write, I will go to first component.ts. Okay. I will take user input, which is of type user, is equal to new user. What I've taken, sir? I'm creating an object to the class. I told right in TypeScript. User input, which is of type user, is equal to new user. Now, what I'm going to write here? This dot user input dot username is equal to Abhishek Kumar. This dot user input dot salary is equal to 2 lakhs. This dot user input dot title is equal to software or technical manager. This dot user input dot department is equal to 2. This dot user input dot address is equal to Madhapur, Hyderabad. This dot user input dot phones is equal to 222 444. Sir, I create what I did, sir. I created a JSON. I'm going to have a TypeScript object here. User input. I want to send this user input, sir. I want to load this Abhishek data into my visiting card component. Till now, what I did, sir? I only send a string variable, sir. Now I am sending user object. Yes or no, guys? Now what I need to write here inside first component at HTML. Again, I will comment this. App visiting card component. What name I need to use here? Input JSON. Something I will declare there. What name I need to use here? User input, right? Yes or no, guys? Input JSON and user input. Same, right, sir? Name input JSON, whereas input name previously string. Now user input is of a JSON object, right? No difference at all, guys. Now, what I need to write inside visiting card component.ts here? At the rate of input. What name I should write here? Input JSON, right, sir? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Input JSON, which is equal to user object, which is of type user, is equal to new user. You're able to see that? Let me repeat here. At the rate of input JSON, input JSON. I am declaring a local variable user object, which is of type previously it's a string. Now it is not a string. It's a class. No user class. Now I am going to write instead of username, this dot user object dot username. Yes or no? This dot user object dot title. Yes or no? This dot user object dot salary. This dot user object dot department. This dot user object dot address. This dot user object dot phones. I didn't add any hard-coded data here. Where I initialize this data? Here I initialize this data, guys. Here I was able to initialize this data. And here I am reading the data here. Now you're able to see that, guys. Customer name Abhishek Kumar. Salary 2 lakhs. Designation technical manager. Address Madhapur, Hyderabad. Phone number this. You're able to see the data, right? So little bit of confusion. I will explain, sir. I will explain once again. What I did, sir, so far, I created a user class with the whatever the structure I have. I'm going to create a user class here. Username, title, salary, department, address, phones. Like that, I created a class here. After that, in first component.ts, where I'm going to add here This is the data where I'm going to hard code. I'm going to initialize the data, guys. Okay. So this dot user input dot username, this dot user input dot salary, this dot user input dot title. Like that, I'm going to initialize this particular data here, and I'm sending this data to first component.html with user input as input, and it will be exchanged to input JSON here. That will be exchanged to input JSON over here, where inside this input JSON, a local variable user object, so that I'm going to refer this particular user object. So this is where I can exchange a object from one component to another component. This is what I can send the data from one component to another component. Now, what is the exercise I am giving, sir?
Sir, one
As of now, I sent only one object. I want array of objects. Sandhya Rani also, this entire data should be declared in first component. Today, Sandhya Rani is loaded here. Abhishek is loaded there. I want this entire data come from first component only. I want the entire data should come from the first component only. Make sense? Everyone will do that, right, guys? And please submit the code in the Google class, because in Ashok IT portal, you don't have an option, guys, to submit the code. You don't have an option to submit the code in Ashok IT website as per my knowledge. Can you submit the code, guys?
Only retrieve option are there, not upload.
Yeah, that's what okay. So input example.
Yeah, Vijay, can you give the assignment in just one-liner text anywhere so that it will be
Correct. I'm going to write, sir. But where I need to write? That is what I can. Google Classroom is good for that actually. I need to write somewhere else. Where I need to write? That's what my point. I need to write. Otherwise, you will not understand, right, sir?
Yes, yes.
You will not understand. If I don't write, you will not understand here. Okay. So where I need to write? That's what I'm thinking here. JSON. And where I need to save this?
Vijay, I have two questions quickly. Okay, once you're done, I will ask quick question.
Yeah, you can go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. So here you are creating something like a model in user.ts that you are
Correct.
referring to first component.ts. There, so from there you are sending to first component HTML. There you are sending to the visiting card.ts, right?
Exactly.
So instead of that, directly from first component TS to visiting.ts, we can send. Is there any that also why we want to come between HTML?
Because yeah, I understand, sir. But by default, sir, we need to bootstrap, right? The component data will be exchanged through bootstrapping. So you can do that. You can do that.
Okay. So HTML will load and send to visiting.ts.
But it's possible. It's possible. Whatever scenario you told is possible. You can do that.
Okay.
TS to TS. But
TS to
as of now, this is through HTML. Okay.
Here something. I think user.ts something like a model in Spring Boot, right? We are initiating and we are getting.
Exactly.
Sir.
Exactly. Correct.
Second question.
Exactly.
Tomorrow
Yeah.
morning, there is a event-driven architecture microservices name.
Yeah. Sir, I
give-
thought of, yeah, 1 second. I need to tell, sir, I forgot actually.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot actually. It's not tomorrow morning, day after tomorrow.
Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. Sir, everyone, especially who are project batch, right? All you people are project batch, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sir, everyone
Yes,
who
sir.
attended
Yes,
this
sir.
class, project batch, right? So it's a very, very beautiful class, guys. Spring Boot, I'm talking, sir, because I'm the faculty for Spring Boot. Angular also, I am the faculty, but Spring Boot is my main skill set, guys. Okay. I mean, Both are main. Please don't compare like that. Okay. Spring Boot is my core and Angular is second. Okay. Tomorrow I'm talking a topic, event driven architecture. Please join, guys. It's a really useful example. Useful scenario. I'll showcase a real time example. It's not that theory wise, completely hands on will be there here. I'll request everyone to join, guys.
Sir, it is
Everyone, I'm requesting to join.
What is the time, sir?
I don't know, madam. Time.
I think
It's
9
at
AM it
10.
was mentioned, 9 AM.
Yeah, 9 AM, maybe,
9.
whatever. I don't know the time, but 9,
Sunday
mostly it
morning.
will 9 only.
Link, sir, link.
You'll get it, madam. You
Okay,
will
sir.
have, you will somewhere else in the Ashok IT website, or else how you people got, guys, I don't know that actually.
Yeah, actually we
You-
are getting notification from the admin. They send us tomorrow morning. So only because tomorrow morning we have a
You'll get it,
meeting
madam.
with-
Otherwise, if you're not getting tomorrow, right, madam, I will share that actually. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So what I am requesting everyone is, you will get link. Forget about that. Okay. But please join everyone. That is what my request here. Okay. It's especially very, very useful for that action.
we're going to I think explain a project, right? One big project. You're
Yes.
going to explain.
Yes. Not project, one use case.
Use case. Yeah. Okay.
One use case in the project. One use case in the project I am going to explain.
Okay.
Okay. Right. I uploaded the notes, sir. And Google Classroom, sir. I am updating. I'm losing the time here. Okay.
It's on Sunday, I think I saw.
So, sir, Google Classroom, everyone is available, right, sir?
Sir, for me, Google Classroom access is not there. I'm not able to see this batch. Angular batch.
You are not joining daily. Who is talking? I didn't saw the name.
I am joining, sir.
Maybe you didn't join, sir, because all other people are there. Okay, I'll share the link. I'm clearly telling that maybe you missed classes in the initial time. Maybe you
Yeah.
joined late.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Exercise. Send array of JSON object from first component to visiting card component. Okay. Declare array of JSON in first component and add 2 employees in the object and send this to visiting card component. Note, visiting card component should not have any hard-coded data. You need to remove the entire hard-coded data. Okay? Sir, you can upload the code here, sir. I like Google Classroom, sir, but I don't know. People are asking me to upload there itself. I am giving a time till September 2nd. It's over, right? Lot of time is there, right? Yeah, Monday I'll give this. Okay? And you can upload, sir. How many people attempted? And I'll clearly know. You can upload the code, guys. Okay? Those who told that they didn't have a Google Classroom access. Sir, Google Classroom is only for, sir, not sharing the notes, sir. This is for only people, to upload your assignments. Okay? Right. The one who is asking me, they don't have an access to Google Classroom, please get it from there. Okay? Rabri Narayan. You click there, you'll get it. Okay? I share the link, sir. So please, I'll get it things over here and I can assign marks to everyone. Once you upload the code, this is a clarity. Google Classroom is really beautiful app. But people are, I'm not sure, but your perspective is you are getting in one view, recordings, notes and everything. But this is where topic by topic you will see here. Google Classroom is topic by topic, but that's fine. I'm ignoring. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow, guys. I have 4 minutes already delayed, sir. We'll meet tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.